What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video. And guys, like the video, give a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. So there's great content every day that you don't want to miss. And guys, can I just say, I love Black Lightning. Like, this freaking show is amazing. Like, I never thought it would get this good. Like, I watched the episode tonight, right? And I watched the trailer before, and I was like hyped because I saw, oh, Jeffrey's going against Gravedigger, Wayne Brady. And a lot of stuff's gonna happen. It's the penultimate episode. But I was like, alright, it's probably be a lot of setup, not that much going on, then we'll get to the season finale, and that'll be the kicker. No, they jump right into the shit here. Like, it's freaking amazing. Like, I love this episode. It's probably one of my, I can't believe I said this yet, one of my favorite episodes of the series by far. Like, didn't we just have one of those best episodes like 2 episodes ago when they had Gravedigger show up? Like, honestly, Gravedigger and Wayne Brady is one of the best things to happen to this show. Because, like, Tobias was a great villain. But, like, Gravedigger, he's just on a whole nother level. His origin last episode is really good. And this episode you find out, oh, in, like, the opening sequence, you see, like, the songs playing in the background, he's killing people. But then he says, hey, I like to have my honor and bury the people that I kill. I'm like, okay, so he explains, like, his name, Gravedigger. Which that's actually like from the comics, so I really like when TV shows do that. And Wayne Brady just plays it so well. Like, he could have easily been like, yeah, I kill people, but I also like to bury them. No, Wayne Brady was like, yeah, when I kill people, I like to bury them because it shows I have honor. Like, he just says it so well. Like, the dialogue's good, yeah. Like, we can always say that the dialogue's good. But if the actor doesn't deliver the dialogue well, then that dialogue don't mean shit, right? But Wayne Brady just hits it all on the right notes, and throughout the episode, he's like preparing for war. Like, he's the very first meta, he's the most powerful meta in the world, according to this show. Like, I don't think he is, but he's still pretty powerful, and he shows up, and he's like pretty much sees all the different metas, like Jennifer, Anissa, the one girl that like push things, the one got Brandon, different metas, right? Who's on Black Lightning's team, and he sees all those powers. And his goal is to go Freeland and take all these metas, and if they don't join him, they die, and if they cause a problem, Freeland's just gonna blow up. Like, the military, even in the beginning of the episode, Gamby says, hey, Jefferson, if we don't take down Gravedigger, the military is gonna freaking blow up Freeland. So I'm like, wow, there's some big stakes here. Like, guys, the stakes are high in this episode. Like, I don't know, when was the last time, like, the last time we had, like, a nuclear thing, like, with the military getting involved, was, like, Arrow Season 2, for, like, a CW Arrowverse show. Like, way back when that happened with, like, Deathstroke and all that stuff, like, that was an amazing arc. And I can't believe I'm gonna say this, like, I think this arc with Gravedigger, like, the end of the season, is kinda at the level of that. Like, I know, I'm a big Arrow fan, too. I know you Arrow fans are gonna be like, well, but that's such a great season. Yes, it is. And this is one too. Like, Black Lightning Season 3 has just been awesome. Like, it's been really cool. And I'm excited to see what happens next episode, the whole military thing. But guys, Gravedigger, he finally shows up to Freeland, and Jeffer goes on our own to fight him. And I'll get to how that pans out and what I thought of that. But let's go over like the freaking after the start of this episode, after we see like Gravedigger's name explained, I'm actually talking about Khalil. Let's talk about Khalil before I forget, alright? Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in this episode, and I swear, if I don't cover the little stuff first, well, it's not really little stuff, but the little stuff first, then I'm gonna forget about, I'll make this video, I'll be like, oh shit, how did I forget that? But still, so Khalil in this episode, you see him getting like tracked by the Markovians, beats the crap out of them, guys. Like, he fights them off, and then like Payne, his alter ego, comes in, kills all these Markovians, and eventually by the end of the episode we see another cool fight scene like that hallway, which I really like these fight scenes. Like, the fight scenes in this episode, again, they compared to Arrow, but just that good. Like, 2 in general. Most of the Khalil ones. Like, the Khalil one at the beginning of the episode where he fights off the Markovians, that looks really good. Like, the camera work there is just really good, guys. Like, I really like that. And then, at the end of the episode, when they're in, like, the hallway, that looked really cool. Like, that was really cool. And there's just, like, the sword and stuff. It was a cool fight scene. But then, eventually, his alter ego pretty much locks him in that door that the alter ego's been in the past few episodes. And now he's gonna go kill the Pierce family. Now, I like this storyline, but next episode is the season finale. So is this gonna go into next season? Is this gonna be a whole nother Khalil thing? Oh, we gotta have a Khalil storyline each season? Or are they gonna rush it and wrap it up next episode? They're in like a sticky spot. Because on one hand, I don't want to just jump into the next season and just get resolved like that. But then, again, I don't want them to rush it and try to integrate it into, like, the story next episode. Like, for all means, they may integrate into the story, like, greatly next episode. But for right now, I'm kind of skeptical. Another part of the episode is with Lala and Lady Eve. Now, we see Lady Eve talking to Agent Odell, and she pretty much wants a spot in, like, her, like, what she used to have back in Season 1. Like, she had some power, guys. With her whole group. She's like one of the big players in Freeland. And now she's not really anymore. Like, she's still a big player, but not like she used to be. And she wants that back even though she died. She's back now. Like, she wants all the power, and I like that. Like, Lady Eve has been a great villain since she's come back. I'm happy they brought her back, because she was so good in Season 1, and then they just killed her like that. And I was like, what the heck, this is stupid. But she's back now, and that's really cool. And I'm excited to see what they do with that. But we see her with Lala. And guys, before their meet with Lala, Black Lightning and Nissa try to recruit Lala against Gravedigger. And this does not go well. Like, they meet with Lala, and Lala's like, why would I help you guys? Like, you haven't helped me these whole past 2 seasons. Like, he doesn't say that, but that's what I got of it. But guys, Lala doesn't help him out. And there's actually a great scene with Anissa and him. Anissa's like, you don't want this smoke. And Lala's like, she thinks she's powerful because she has meta powers, But pretty much Lala, he then like gets one of like Lady Eve's like girls pretty much, and threatens to kill her if pretty much Lady Eve doesn't give Lala what he wants. So that's a pretty tense scene, and they kind of leave it off like ambiguous what happens next. Like, they don't give us like a conclusion to that storyline. So it's another subplot that I don't know how they're gonna integrate into like the final storyline. Like, next episode's a season finale, like I keep saying, and with Khalil, how they're gonna integrate that in. Like, that's kind of easier because he's going after the Pierce family, so you can just jump in and start fighting. But with Lala and Lady Eve, they're pretty much not even involved in this war at all. They're just playing their own games like in Aftermath. So I feel like they're setting up Season 4 with all this stuff. So I'm pretty intrigued to see what happens next. Now with Tobias, he's not in this episode, but I would be interested to see if he actually next season actually goes against Lala and Lady Eve with Black Light in like the middle. That'd be pretty cool. Like, they're really setting up Season 4 very well. So with Season 3 being great so far, it's my favorite season of Black Lightning. I'm even more excited for Season 4 because all this setup. But guys, another thing that happens in this episode, other than like the Gravedigger War and all that stuff, is Anissa and Grace, they technically get married. Like, they're not married yet, really. They didn't like finalize the ceremony. But I felt like this was kind of rushed, alright? That's like my only problem with this episode. Like, I like their relationship up to that point. Like, I didn't really, it's not like I loved it. Like, it was okay. Like, I could do without it. But when they decide, hey, let's just get married, and even she says it, and it's just like, I know it's a little fast. I'm like, no, it's not just fast, it's like freaking flash fast. Like, you just jump into it like that. When they started talking about, oh, I will be with you forever, I'm like, alright, this is just gonna be like a nice scene, right? No, then they decide, let's get married. I'm like, okay, and then she says to Lynn, she's like, I'm not just getting married because of the war. I'm like, no, you are. You don't want Grace dying without you marrying her. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I hope they don't finalize it and they may just keep the relationship going without them married. Because I feel like that's just like they're trying to make their like relationship go forward like with a big jump instead of like organically. I'm like, I just wasn't a big fan of it. And just how they like cut it off before like the final scene, I was like, alright, this just felt like kind of like filler. Like, yeah, I get we have to have, oh, the family's all happy, they're feeling all good about themselves before we get to the good stuff. So I get that, but I just feel like it was kind of rushed. Now, let's talk about Brandon, the other two metas who are working with Black Lightning, and they have some good scenes. Like, well, the tech guy, pretty much, he could go into like people's minds with tech and stuff. And the other girl, they pretty much are gonna share a relationship, I'm guessing, if they survive. But they're just like, Like, they're good characters, but they're not, like, super important right now. Like, they may become super important next episode, but for this episode, I was like, alright, they're funny, I like their scenes, but yeah, I want to see more Gravedigger, I want to see more Black Lightning, not really them. But guys, Brandon, he had an interesting story arc with, like, Dr. Chase? Chase. It's the one girl. Okay, I always pronounce her name wrong. But the one girl, the doctor who was working with Lynn and stuff. But he actually freaking kind of tortures her in a way. Like, not really bad, but he's trying to find out about his father, which I like this storyline. But again, with Khalil and the whole like Lala and Lady Eve, I feel like it's just set up for season 4. Like, there's a lot of setup, because I don't feel like they'll like wrap it up next episode at all. Like, I can't see that. I hope they don't just like finish off the Gravedigger stuff and just start trying to finish off these other storylines very rapidly. Like, that would not be a good season finale. But guys, it still makes me excited for season 4. But in this case, it's like, why couldn't we just get more of Gravedigger, you know? But guys, speaking of Gravedigger, let's talk about him. So, one big revelation in this episode is that pretty much Jefferson finds out, like, Lynn actually scans Gravedigger's DNA and finds out, hey, Gravedigger is Jefferson's, like, great grandfather, which I thought was pretty interesting, because Jefferson was like, man, people always told me, like, my family always told me that I had great-grandfather in World War II, but I didn't, like, they always say he's dead, but now I think about it, they just said he left, and this is actually him. So I really like that, like, it forms, like, that connection. Like, it's like, okay, this is a good villain. But since they just did that, it just made it Black Lightning's best villain. And guys, he would have probably been, like, Tobias, like, up to Tobias's bar, if it was just that. But just add in Wayne Bray, and you just got the best villain of Black Lightning. Like, by the end of the episode, pretty much, Jennifer goes our own, and she goes to fight off Gravedigger. And this was the thing I was most looking forward to. Like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, this fight scene's gonna be freaking awesome. Like, when she turned all-powerful in, like, the sky, that was a cool shot. Like, it was a really cool shot. And then when she came down and started fighting off Gravedigger, and Gravedigger's like, little girl, you can't fight me. And when they start fighting, and he just takes her out so easily, like, he honestly just kicked her ass. And I was like, wow, he's actually really powerful. Like, I know, like, they're saying he's the most powerful meta, which I think he's really up there, but I don't know if he's the most powerful though, because I just can't really see that. We're in the Arrowverse. There's so many powerful metas, but still, it works for this show. But guys, he takes her out, she's falling to her death, Jefferson saves her, and actually brings her back to life in a way, because her heart stopped, so I really like that scene. I actually thought she was gonna die, like, I was like, damn, they're gonna kill her off? What a cliffhanger. But they didn't kill her off, and I was like, okay, how are they gonna end it then? And guys, that's when we see Black Lightning and freaking Gravedigger come face to face, and they're like, alright, let's do it. And Black Lightning just like charges up and starts running, and they both run at each other, and that's how the episode ends. And guys, what a way to end an episode. Like, I was like, wow, really? You just gotta leave me hanging like that? Like, I was getting so excited, like, I was pumped. When they didn't, like, they just ended it like that, I was like, man, I gotta wait a whole freaking week for this, but still, I'm super excited for the next episode. Like, just see them fight. Like, I saw the trailer, and you see them fighting hard. Like, it's gonna be a good action sequence. And see how good their action sequences were in this episode with, like, Khalil and stuff? I'm expecting a really awesome action sequence between Gravedigger and Black Lightning. And guys, like, midway through this episode, I was like, alright, is this coming like a Nissa and Jennifer show? Like, I get they're, like, kind of main characters, but again, it's a Black Lightning show. And by the end of this episode, when they add in, like, oh, he's connected to Gravedigger, like, relative, and then they, like, end it with them charging at each other, I'm like, yes, this is a Black Lightning show. Like, I like Anissa, I like Jennifer, I like Gambia, I like Lynn, I like all these characters. But at the end of the day, I want good Black Lightning stuff. Like, I want it centered on him. And I like that they ended it that way. Like, they could easily, started out with him being the focus, but then ended with, like, Jennifer being the focus. No, they actually have him being the focus at the end, and it just makes me so excited for the next episode, and just seeing how they're gonna wrap it up. Now, guys, overall, I really like this episode. Like, wow. Like, it's probably, I'm trying to decide if it's the best or the second best. Because the other episode, like the Book of Markovia, Part 4, that one, like the debut of Gravedigger, like 2 episodes ago, that one was dope. Like, that was freaking awesome. But this episode was really good too. It's the best penultimate episode of Black Lightning and one of the best of the series. But would it beat that other one? I don't know. What a dilemma. But still, I really like this episode. Gets me really excited for the next episode, say of season 4. Gravedigger is the best villain, and Jefferson, like the actor does such a good job. All his scenes are delivered very well. Like he's probably at like Wayne Brady's level. Like almost. But still, Wayne Brady kills it, and all the actors do such a great job. And guys, overall, I'm gonna give this episode a 9.7 out of 10. Definitely recommend it. If you're not watching Black Lightning, you're really missing out, guys. Like, you're really missing out. I remember when I watched season 2, and I took a break after that. Because I was like, Black Lightning's okay, but I don't really have to really watch it every week. And I would just, like, binge watch it. But then after Crisis, I binge watched all that, got caught up, and I got these reactions out. And I'm so happy I did, because this show is one of my favorite shows now. Like, it's up there with, like, The Flash. It's just such a good show. And I'm going to keep reviewing it, guys. I'll be there for the season finale next week. And, guys, in the comment section below, tell me what you thought about this episode. What do you think about Wayne Brady, Gravedigger, his origin story, all that stuff. And what do you think about Black Lightning, like him being related to Gravedigger, Jennifer versus Gravedigger, that fight scene, what do you think about that? And also, what do you think about, like, Anissa and Grace getting married? Like, I thought that was rushed, made you think different. And how you think they're going to wrap up Khalil, Lala, and Lei Eve's storylines either next episode or next season. But guys, that's pretty much for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. And guys, if you liked the video, give a big thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, bro, subscribe to my channel because I make great house content every day that you don't want to miss. And yeah, guys, that's the video. Peace out.